Shall we compare and contrast Bernie Sanders talking about racism and criminal justice and Pete Buttigieg trying to argue that he is the candidate who will represent the hopes and dreams of black folk, I guess, right? Well, I think what Buttigieg is going to do is he's going to determine that we've got to go forward, then back, to go forward again, to reshape the shape of what things are. And I think we're all pretty much on the same page that we don't like the shape of things today, but that doesn't mean that we can't have a better shape tomorrow.
I think Virgil said he wants to subtract our hopes and divide our fears to get the quotient of our dreams or something like that.
Well, it's crazy because, yeah, I heard that. And then this morning, I read quotes from his closing speech last night. And it was, Donald Trump says he's for the forgotten man, but he seems to have forgotten most of us.
Him? Is he in that us?
I don't know.
I mean, because Donald Trump has literally mentioned him by name. So of all the people that Donald Trump would have forgotten in the country, Pete Buttigieg is like, one of maybe several dozen that Donald Trump has spoken about publicly. So it's not really him. By us, he means you, not I. Anyways, here is Pete Buttigieg sitting down with... Well, let's listen to Bernie Sanders first, and then we'll go to Pete Buttigieg. Here is Bernie Sanders at a rally in New Hampshire. Do we know where in New Hampshire? No. New Hampshire is a pretty white state as far as these things go. Here he is.
Issues that I find appalling is that tonight we have more people in jail right this moment than any other country on earth. Over 2 million people in jail. And the reason for that is we have a broken and, I dare say, racist criminal justice system. It disproportionately impacts the African American community, the Latino community, and the Native American community.
There's Bernie Sanders talking about the, particularly from a criminal justice standpoint, the problems we have in this country. Here's Pete Buttigieg sitting down with Charlemagne the God. I did Charlemagne's show on VH1 a couple of times, a couple of years ago. Remember that?
I don't know.
You don't?
No.
Oh. Oh,
How'd you guys get along?
He liked me. I thought he was going to invite me onto the Breakfast Club, but that didn't work out. Maybe I should still work on that.
Yeah, I want to see that.
I certainly did. But here's Charlemagne with Pete Buttigieg.
Getting big money out of politics. And in order to do that, we're going to have to reform the entire system. I am not a fan of, those to be clear, I am not a fan of the current campaign finance system. And
pause it 1 second. I just want to make it clear. He may not be a fan of it, but he's sure embracing it. He really does have the ability to fully embrace something that he's not a fan of. Right? And then I can understand that. Like, I watch the Super Bowl. I'm not a fan of either like the 49ers or the Chiefs for that matter. But I was like, okay. What's his face is good. Now, of course, I didn't take the Chiefs and stuff it in my pockets and run my whole hopes and dreams on it and then become beholden to them like he has with all the billionaire dark money. But wait, I get ahead of myself. Go back just a little bit because he's going to explain to everybody, because Pete Buttigieg, he feels very, very comfortable in this setting. You can really tell. It really comes across. He's not nervous at all about getting asked any questions about his tenure as mayor in South Bend.
I'm not a fan of, those to be clear, I'm not a fan of the current campaign finance system. And the reality is, it's not going to get better in all of the ways we need it to get better without a constitutional reform. So there are things we can and should do right away. They can deal with black money, dark money. African American money. I'm always happy to take black money contributions in my campaign. Dark money refers to when you can't identify the funding that goes into these super PACs.
Yeah, dark money. Oh, I wasn't talking about money from dark people. Black money.
That's like almost the worst part of it. Like, okay, black money, dark money, that's an embarrassing slippage to make. But then to say like, no, actually what dark money is money you don't know where it comes from. Like, yeah, I think if they showed up to a political like discussion like this, they might have heard dark money before.
They might have. Yeah. I mean, I think it's quite clear not comfortable. He seems to be not comfortable. Did you just highlight that?
Yeah. Pretty cool.
How did you